Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven and this is Rowley. We're slowly converting a cargo trailer into a tiny home. For the past 5 years, we've lived in an RV full time. Last week I talked about my first time fixing a car. It was amazing. I talked about the cargo trailer ceiling and another surprise gift. This week I talk about the windows and what I did to the ceiling to brighten the cargo trailer interior. If you're curious, please join us on this journey and continue to watch. Yeah, yes, you. Well, sad to say, the salvage deal with the windows fell through. The woman who was giving away the RV to be salvaged ended up selling it for $500. I think the air conditioner and the generator alone, whether they were working or not, still was worth the $500. I found out 10 minutes before I was supposed to leave to go and rip out the windows. Such is life. I'm a believer in the law of attraction. That means to me, if I want something, I have to define what it is I want. In the case of the windows, I've been vacillating. I've vacillated between shed windows and RV windows, the size of the windows, where I want them placed, all of that good stuff. Previously, before this salvage opportunity came along, I was offered house windows. I was offered windows with no framing, house windows with no framing, just the windows. I had a clear desire for windows, but no clear type of window. I've since defined the windows I'm looking for in the Raven and Rowley wish list, so that when I go back and look at it, I know exactly what I want. It's in front of me. I believe in a vision board. So for me, the wish list is my vision board. Is one of my vision boards anyway. I don't feel trapped without the windows now. I mean, at one point I was not going to go back out and boondock anywhere without some windows or some way to get out of there. I've managed to create an escape route if I need one, with the back door latches and locking it open in the back and all of that kind of good stuff. I've also got a peephole for the door, which I have to install, and a solar motion light to go over the door, over the people door. That needs to be installed. I just happen to have that because I have one over my door for my fifth wheel. And I just came across the spare a couple of days ago, said, there you go. Now, as for the ceiling, it was all black, which makes it very dark in there, especially with no windows. I thought the trailer looked just way too dark. So I thought about lightening up the ceiling a few different ways. First of all, I was thinking maybe I would just spray paint the ceiling, right over the insulation, right over the beams and everything. Just spray paint it white or light blue or something light. The spray paint probably would have been cheaper to do. I probably could do it all in one can. But to do this, I didn't think it would look good with all of the fuzzies from the insulation sticking out, and the different layers of the foam insulation compared to the thinsulate, compared to the Reflectix, with the rock wool behind it, that kind of thing. I think it would have looked just really strange. So anyway, so then I saw this thing about painter's cloth, and I thought about, well, I could get a huge sheet of painter's cloth that would cover the entire ceiling. And I could probably glue it to the ceiling with the same stuff that I sprayed to glue the insulation to the ceiling. I probably should have done that, but I didn't want to use that glue again. It's terrible stuff. I mean, I don't know how some of these kids sniff that stuff to get high. It's just terrible. So I happened to see contact paper, and I said, well, that should work, you know. So I got contact paper. I don't know what I was thinking about that, but that's what I did. Okay, this is contact paper, good old-fashioned everyday contact paper. Looks like wood. I don't know if you can see the grain. You can see the grain. I'm going to put this one up between here and here. I'm not crazy about this, the way this looks. But then again, this is supposed to go on a flat wall. And I don't know. I don't want fabric. I'm not crazy about how it turned out. It's very pillow looking. I had thought, you know, after I put the first sheet of contact paper up, to put the next row with the paper, the stiffening paper, you know, the paper that protects the glue on the back. Just leave it on there and then spray some glue that I used for the insulation that I didn't want to use because of the smell. And put that up there. That would give it a stiffened kind of look instead of the pillow look. But I didn't do that because I didn't have enough contact paper to go over the 6-foot section I had already done. So I decided to continue and go for the pillow look. After all, it's already rocking the padded cell look, you know. Well, it kind of reminds me of a pillow. And I found out that not only are the studs on the ceiling, not 24 inches apart. I mean, it seems to be that some of them are diagonal because they're wider at the bottom than at the top area. It just doesn't measure up. So I've got these gaps, which I'm going to cover, I don't know, with black duct tape, I guess, so that it looks like I got beams across the ceiling or something. Kind of reminds me of a pillow. The first piece I tested over here stayed up for 3 days. So then I started putting on the other ones because I figured, okay, it's sticking, it's not a problem. And they started coming down. So right now they're sticking, but I think as I go along I'm going to have to glue them down or something of the sort, or do something else on the ceiling. So I'm not seriously happy with this job, but I do have to say that it makes a heck of a lot brighter in here than it was with the black. I have part of this finished. This is the part over the bed. And this is another one of those that it wasn't 24 inches wide. It was wider, more like 26 inches in some places. So things like this drive me crazy. So I'm going to have to do something about all of those. And I have to finish this last little piece up here. So I got to finish those off. Put the black duct tape on the seams here. And do something about those edges along here, because I'm not happy with them, especially not on this side. But it was a kind of sort of more or less successful kind of thing. I mean, my thought was to just paint over everything. Maybe if I had spray painted everything, it would have been fine. But this is okay. It'll do until I do something else on top of it, because I'm not going to take down the insulation that's underneath, you know. I thought I would have enough so that I could put one white strip down here to cover that. But I don't think I have enough, unless I maybe have enough of this stuff with the cherry blossoms. But I don't know, I think it's going to clash with the curtains. But who knows? I'll see. I intend to go over the ceiling struts with black duct tape. I've got a bunch of it because I ordered it before I ordered the contact paper, and you know, with the insulation thing, and then I had to go get some insulation to cover the edges and to give some sort of continuity and maybe help it stick, help the contact paper stay stuck. If I do something else to the ceiling, I'd probably put up painter's cloth, or maybe tiles or some such. I won't take down the contact paper unless it comes down easily and more or less cleanly. I don't want it to rip down the insulation, you know. So I'll leave the insulation, the ceiling insulation. It's Insulate rock wool behind the Reflectix. Works really, really good. It was 88 degrees outside today, and it was comfortable inside the cargo trailer without any kind of fan or anything going. I just opened up the back door and left the people door open, and there was a breeze coming through, and it felt really good. I've got to admit, it's much brighter in there and feels more alive because of the white ceiling. It feels homier and not like a cave. I've got to spend this week coming up outfitting the shelves and various decorations and that kind of stuff. Then after that, I'll be packing stuff in there to go out on the road. So I figured I'd go out for a week or so and just hang out, you know. I just have to find a place to go, you know. But I'm not quite ready yet anyway. So anyway, the Rowley report. Rowley is becoming surprisingly mannerable. He's not barking at other dogs and things. He's walking right up to them and sniffing and being pleasant, and he'll give one or two barks when we're walking along that somebody's behind me, beside, you know, coming towards me, whatever, and then he comes right back next to me. It's become a real pleasure. I also found out that this week that he is not only part Chihuahua, which we knew, I just didn't know what the other part was, But women came over to see the trailer and said that he was a German short-haired pointer and looked exactly like the very many German short-haired pointers that she had growing up. So I looked it up, and I actually found a picture of a Chihuahua short-haired pointer mix that looked almost exactly like Rowley. And now I can understand his behavior. He barks because Chihuahuas bark. They're in the top 10 best guard dog category. The pointers, on the other hand, also bark because they want to protect. And the reason why he runs and plays so much, they said Chihuahuas need about a half an hour of exercise a day. A pointer, on the other hand, needs 2 miles or more per day. So we've been doing close to 2 miles. We've been over 2 miles this week. And he still comes in the house and wants to play ball, wants me to throw the ball so he can go get it. And he'll run like crazy after it for like 15 minutes and then sit down. So what can I tell you? At least I now know where he got it from. So he's doing good. It's a pleasure having him around. So anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for your support. I see you next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.